Hello, everyone, and welcome to the course of Introduction to Python. First, we're going to talk about why we use Python as program language. Python is open source language and is based on scripts. So each library that you have, it's in the background a script that is written in Python. So if you're looking for a given function, you can find the source code immediately just with one click in your own code. When we are talking about in which environments you can program in Python, there are more than this that I will present to you, but we are going to talk about three mainly used environments. First, we're going to talk about Google Colab. Google Colab is a cloud service that Google is presenting to us, is giving us a Jupyter notebook, something that we're going to talk about a little bit later. Uh, in your own drive, you can go to new and you're having here a list of files or folders that you can upload either or create in your own drive. So your drive is a cloud service where you can add bunch of data or your own documents, and they are saved in the Google cloud. The cloud is like a service it's given to us where it's presented like locally service, but you're not using your own local memory. In more option, you're going to create a Google Collaboratory notebook. I'm going to show to you the Google Colab. Let me open. Just 1 second. Okay. Now here in new, you're going on more and Google Collaborate. You are creating, this folder is also shared. So because of that, I'm clicking on share with someone else. Here is the Colab notebook. Here you can change the name, for example, exercise 1. Here is given the files. Now it's the Colab is connecting to the given server, let's say. You're having a given RAM and disk. Your disk can be either CPU or GPU. Mainly, the Colab is used in data science and fields when you can implement some more complex models, and you don't have enough space for it, or your local machine it's not having GPU, for example. And here you have disk and RAM. I'm having a Colab Pro version. This version is with subscription on Google. It's like it's monthly subscribe for a pro version. If you want to have a pro version, then what this means, what's the advanced part. You're having more RAM space, you're having a high RAM. Also, the file can execute one whole day or 24 hours. And here you can mount to your drive. When you're connecting to drive, so it's mounting, and here it will appear the drive. In my drive, you can find all the files that you will upload or create in your own drive. We're gonna take a look at the next exercise about how you can read, write files locally or in your drive. That's for the Google Colab. As I said, it's just a platform that Colab is giving to us as a client platform, client service. On the other side, we are having a Jupyter notebook. First, for having a Jupyter notebook, it's like a package of Anaconda installers. You can find on this link Anaconda installers for either Mac or if you're having Linux, either Windows. I'm having Windows, so I downloaded from 64-bit and then clicking on the exe execution file. You're having some rules on like frequently next, and at the end you agree to the rules. Add your path on the destination folder where you want the Anaconda to be installed. After clicking on next, and when the installation is complete, you can um, now you're having on finish. You will run the code. Let me show to you now. Here, as you can see, we are having Anaconda in users uh, in the programs. We are having Anaconda 2. I'm having Anaconda 2 and Anaconda 3. Anaconda 3 is a new version, or is upgraded version of Anaconda 2. Anaconda 2 is for Python 2, or versions of Python that are starting with 2 point something. Anaconda 3 is for versions that are Python 3.8, etc. You're having here the Anaconda prompt. This Anaconda prompt is for writing and starting executing a script in Python. Together with the Anaconda, you're installing a Jupyter notebook. The Jupyter notebook, if I open here, when you click on it, you will have some link on HTTP link that will send you to Jupyter Notebook. It's executed in the main browser. So if you create here a new file, a new notebook, let's take a look. Here it is. What is the Jupyter? We talked about Colab. Colab was some service that Google gave to us, like client-based platform. In the background of Google Colab is a Jupyter notebook. The Jupyter is like an interactive environment when you can write a code, for example, print 1 or 1 plus 2, and this will give us now the kernel is starting, so we need to wait. And this can give to us results. And here you can write either or on terminal, or you can write a program code in Python. Also, you can apply, for example, here heading, or if you're applying a heading or a markdown, here you can write intro, and it's given like a text. That's for the Jupyter. Now, the next step, it's the PyCharm. PyCharm, after you install Anaconda, because Anaconda it's environment for Python. If you're having Java, that's when you're downloading Java, you're having like package that gives to you all the features, all the packages that you need for starting Java code. The Anaconda is also a given environment for starting a Python code. It's like interpreter for Python. You're creating with the help of Conda, you're creating a different environment. So if in one part of the time you need, for example, some package that is 0.5 version, you're downloading it to environment 1. Then in some other project in different time moment, you need the same package in 1.0 version. Then you're creating a new environment, environment 2, and you can make different projects and without bothering which library or which versions you need to upgrade or downgrade for each project. For you can make with the Conda for each project a different environment, like imagine a different bags where you will put the packages that you need for running the code that you are writing. Maybe in the basics that we are going to use in today's class, we are not going to take a look of models and libraries that are um, that are having need of some versions or that are in a relation one to each other. So you can see different types in the other courses that you can learn that are advanced machine learning models, etc. You can see a difference when you're having projects that are, for example, classification model, or you're having a problem that's neural network and you need different packages for each of them. PyCharm is like it's based on JetBrains, and it's like similar platform like IntelliJ or WebStorm, etc. So it's I think that you are familiar with it. You are downloading and opening the execution file, running it where the destination folder will be. You're choosing one. After that, you're picking up. This is already checked, so I didn't change anything. Just install the JetBrains. And after that, you will open the PyCharm. You will install, and then here it will have a launch. Do you want to launch the PyCharm? After you launch the PyCharm, you can here make a new project. When you're building a new project in PyCharm, you're selecting pure Python. Here you write the Python project name. Here you're selecting which environment do you like. For example, if you want the Conda environment, as I said to you, this Conda is Anaconda that we downloaded and that we talked previously. Here you can select Conda or a given Python version. As you can see, I'm having Conda 2 and Conda 3, so we're having all these versions available. After you select a given environment, you can create your file. Here you're writing the Python code. Mainly, I'm not using the execution that PyCharm is giving to us. I'm working on terminal. Here you can create Conda environment. So how are we creating Conda environment? First, let's start with create name. The name, it will be intro, for example, intro Python. Adding a version of Python 3.7, for example. Just a second. Here we are missing the Conda word. So Conda create, this means that in the Anaconda environment, in the Anaconda location, we are creating a separate folder, separate environment for downloading packages. Now, this needs to collect all the metadata that we have. It's some are JSON files that are having some requirements. It takes little bit a little amount of time, so we will see. Okay. Um, so as you can see, I'm having some warning of content. A new version appeared. Now we are processing the packages that we need that are basics of Python as pip, uh, some setup tools. Now transaction is preparing and verifying for the environment. We will wait. This is collecting all the data, and now when all it's done, it will give us ability to activate our new environment and see how it works. Okay, here are the main keywords: conda activate and conda deactivate. With this conda activate, intro Python, we are activating, or we are into the environment. Here, when we are into the environment, we can, for example, install some packages. One of them, pip install, is the keyword pip install for installing a given library slash package. For example, pandas is one. We're going to talk about pandas in the next video. So pip install pandas. It's gonna install the latest version of pandas. It's collecting the pandas dataset. Now you will see it's NumPy. NumPy is a different package, but because it's pandas is using NumPy in its own code, then we need to download NumPy also. So as you see, 6 NumPy Python some file. It's all these are downloaded based that are required for download of pandas library. Now, if we want to start the code in main.py, we are into this folder. This is the path that we are in. Here it's saying what's our environment. Now, with the word Python and adding the path of the file that we are executing, now this is main.py. As you can see, this prints PyCharm, hi PyCharm. It's some base function. If we comment all of this and may just print hello world, and again just run this code, as you can see, it's printed hello world. With this, we saw three different types of three different environments. The Google Colab, let's make a summary. The Google Colab that gives us some online Jupyter notebook. The Anaconda that gives us Jupyter notebook. What's the difference between the collaboratory and the Jupyter that you're having locally? The Jupyter notebook that's locally based, that you have, it's using your own local machine, your CPU, if you're having your GPU, your memory, and it's an offline tool. So if you're not connected to the internet, it will also work out. But the Google Colab it's working just when you're online, when you're having internet, and when you can access your drive and create or run the code. The advantages of the co-op is that you're not using your local machine. Your local machine is um, on it's like on standby, and you can work or run some other codes if you're having. And on the co-op, you can create and run the code, and with the use of co-op processors, co-op or Google processors, Google memory, etc. With the PyCharm, you are making, like, I would say, like school example. You're building a model, a code, and then just running on terminal, either just with clicking on run and adding an interpret. That's all for the IDEs. We're gonna take a look on the next class about the intro of Python and the basics of it.